a new stock actually. So I haven't really looked at this stock before, but yeah, let's check it out. So the company is called Everbridge. Everbridge. Just found out about it, and yeah, I just kind of want to go through and figure out what it's about and see if it's a worthwhile company to look at. So here's their website. Keep your people safe and operations running faster. Okay, how we help critical events. Looks like an event management company, helping manage critical events. So we still don't exactly know what they do. I heard they were a software company, so they use software somehow to help with event management. Yeah, we could read. Forrester's is a good industry report kind of thing. So maybe we can look at this. It looks a little bit like a marketing material for the company. Yeah, I guess kind of the first thing is to just understand what this company does, because you can't analyze the industry if you're not actually understanding what they do, what the competitive positioning of the industry is. So yeah, let's kind of just understand it. Um, okay, so this was Everbridge commissioned, so it's not impartial. That's what we have to keep in mind. So companies need to prepare for the inevitable. So we got natural disasters, theft, even brand reputational crises, terrorism, shooters, cyber attacks. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go right to the annual report if we can find it. Investor relations is where you want to head over to. And one of the first things well, I'll wait till we go into that. So this is an investor presentation. Probably has a lot of good information. So we got some upcoming events. The earnings call is in a couple weeks. Yeah, let's figure out where that annual report is. That's interesting. Nothing happened. Sometimes it's interesting to look at companies, like how good their search is. I mean, any little piece of information you can get. Sometimes I just like to Command F. See how did they not even have the annual report? It's kind of weird to me. Well, you can always just go to SEC filings and then annual filings. Sorry, this is taking a little long. You'd think finding the annual report would be easier. I mean, you can always just Google it, but it's, I think, interesting to be able to navigate a company's investor relations page, because it's important being able to find the information you need. Okay, here we go. Everbridge. I love starting off with the business section. If a company doesn't have a color-coded table of contents too, that kind of sketches me out, because it's like, you might as well do those little attention to details things. Anyway, global software company that provides enterprise software applications. So they work with enterprises. So this isn't small businesses. This is big, probably Fortune 1000 companies. In order to keep people safe and businesses running. Okay, like we saw different things. So it's SaaS-based, software as a service. Quickly and reliably aggregate and assess threat data, locate people, responders able to assist, automate the execution of predefined communications processes, and track progress on executing response plans. That's super interesting. I studied abroad in China, and they had a similar sort of thing where basically we had to sign up and put in our information to this portal, and then every time we were going on a trip, we had to fill it out, and so the administration knew where we were, which it sounds like a similar sort of thing. Delivered 2 billion communications. I wonder how that grew in 2018. Um, hmm. Threats are assessed. So it says it's a huge market. I mean, take that with a grain of salt just because everybody's market is like huge. Okay, following tragic events of 9/11, Everbridge was founded with a vision of helping people communicate effectively in critical situations. Our SaaS-based CEM, critical event management platform, is built on a secure, scalable, and reliable infrastructure with multiple layers of redundancy to enable rapid delivery of critical communications, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So now we have some context. During Hurricane Irma, our mass notification application, that's a funny phrase, was used in the state of Florida to deliver more than 18 million communications. So it's automating communications, basically. Increase the speed and accuracy of the response and reduce costs. Huh, it's interesting. Wonder what the other players in this space. So now we have, when IT systems fail, IT administrators can shorten the time required to alert cross-department responders. Huh. So a lot of different use cases. So it's interesting, they raised money when everyone else was. 115 mil, that was probably pretty good. What's going on here? Looks like they bought out their subsidiary. I'm kind of conflicted on doing these live streams because I think they're actually useful because you see like the nitty gritty behind the scenes of a research process, but also they're not interesting, right? You're not getting like photos flown in from over here and like Elon Musk's face popping up or whatever, or you don't even see my face. I mean, I do have those videos, but I just want to, because I don't feel like anyone's really doing this. And maybe that's for a good reason because nobody watches it. But if you find it valuable, just let me know. You can email me. You can find me. I know you can figure it out. If you're watching these, I'm sure you're resourceful. So, anyway, just wanted to put that out there. Um, so, we're getting a little bit of idea of what they do. So this could be a competitive advantage. They have almost 200 million contact profiles. It's a lot. They have the scale too, huh? This is super big. So retention over 110%. They got some upsell capabilities, but there are companies with much higher. Okay, market opportunity. So basically they include all, so this is gonna BS, right? This is in their TAM, this 10 billion of IoT, Internet of Things. Like, are they IoT or are they, I don't know about that. That's ridiculous. So here we go. This is a TAM. Massive market for mass notification software. So this is their TAM. But then they conflate it 10 times. I don't really like that when companies do that. But it's an interesting market, right? Growing 21%. So their core market is growing, which I think is solid. Look at this. Independent study commissioned by us. That is literally an oxymoron. I think that is super silly. That is silly. I feel I might have to tweet that. I might have to tweet that. I'll put it in my tweet log. You should follow me on Twitter as well. Okay, so 4.4 billion. We could definitely check out the market. I think that would be good. Interesting. APIs, so that's key. Here's a big thing, right? Contact stores. Publishing network. Whoa, that is super interesting. Might prove disruptive to the movement of people. Safety, mass communication, incident, IT alerting. So I think this could be big, I think. Right, because that's going to happen versus natural events. You can't, you just don't know. I mean, those are going to happen too, but I feel like the frequency. But these days, you never know. So they got some different use cases. I like that. Some optionality. You gotta like the optionality. Everbridge University. Whoa. So from this to this number of customers in 6 years. We define a customer as a contracting entity from which we generated $100 or more of revenue in the prior month. Huh. So this is interesting. In 6 years, this number of customers has grown 10 times, which is faster than 4 times here. 52% from enterprise, 33 from government, and 15 from healthcare. Okay. Uber. Facebook. Uber and Facebook. It's interesting. City of Torrance. Hey, baby. Huh. I live in Redondo, which is pretty close. Okay. Highly fragmented, intensely competitive, and constantly evolving. That's always a good market. That's always what you want to hear for. Nah, nah. So why do they have the scale? That's what we have to figure out. Why them? Why them? Okay. Management discussion. There we go. I like going into here. It gives you some more details. Our pricing model is based on the number of applications subscribed to and per application, the number of people, locations, and things. So a lot of different upsells. Data feeds for social media. Huh, I like that. So obviously good growth, over 30%. So now we're getting to some numbers. What I would like to do though is I have a special way of looking at the numbers. So we're going to go to quarterly results. And then we're going to find this. Okay, here we go. So I have it already set up a little bit. So 29 and 2 and 21 and 3. This is a spreadsheet for Everbridge. It's 29 and 2, 21, 3. So we're just going to go through and do all of this. Let's start with Q1 of 2017. I already put in one of those. But here we can do these different ones. So -1, 4, 1, 5. And to get the gross profit, we can come all the way down here and then look at gross profit numbers. So 26, 8, 14, 8. And then, yeah, we need to find the non-GAAP operating loss, which is usually at the top. Here we go. -0.5, -0.9, -0.5. So this takes a long time, but I think it's really the differentiator. Like, if you can do this, really solid. Here we go. Global customers. 3711, 3205. Okay. Because then you can see everything on a relative basis, which is the most important thing. Because the market is just looking at trends. Everybody's looking at the trends. Like if you're growing 30% and the next quarter is 35 and then next quarter is 40 and next quarter is 45, I guarantee you the stock price will go up a lot. 22.8, 17.1. This is Q1 now. 22.8, 17.1. It's kind of hard to remember these, but okay. Okay. -4, -1.7. And then you can also see the seasonality that is sometimes associated with these. Free cash flow. I think it was -0.3, -0.4. Yeah, wow, that's right. 33.18, 28.15. And then you can see how many customers. So gross profit, maybe we can just find it. There we go. 15.2, 11.6. Now Q2. See, it takes a little bit of time, but I'm telling you it's worth it. If you just set up revenue, operating loss, free cash flow, gross profit, customers maybe, just some of these things really help. So 25, 18.6. 161. Free cash flow. -5.7, -4.7. $34.41, $29.81, $34.41, $29.81. I think those are right so far. Gross profit, we can do that again. 17.8, 12.9, 17.8, 12.9. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So now we should do, let's see how many quarters they've reported in 2018. Okay, so that's what we'll need to find. So we haven't done Q3 2017. $27.3. Yeah, okay. -0.7, and then we'll do free cash flow as well. 4.4, -0.7, 0.7, 4.4. So it looks like third quarter is a strong free cash flow number. So that'll probably be good for this quarter that's coming up. Customer count, 3560. Gross profit now. 19.2. Okay, 19.2. So now let's do 2018. See, this is probably taking about what, 10, 15 minutes, but it's so worth it, I'm telling you. Okay. 35 4 8. 35.8. Free cash flow. 5.3. 38.11. Then you can see how many customers were added, everything. Okay, now, I wish they gave a gross profit number so we didn't have to do this, but it's not that hard. Okay, wow, that's a big jump. 29. Okay, and last one, Q2. 35,837. Free cash flow. Whoa, 11,241.58. Whoa, they really accelerated that. Huh. See, this is a big free cash flow outflow. So I would like to actually look at why that happened. So whenever you see something that doesn't really make a lot of sense, please dig in because that is key. Okay, so the net loss was huge. You'd be like, wonder why. So stock-based compensation was also huge. I think it had to do with a timing issue. Not sure though, but let's look up the income statement. Okay, gross profit dipped a bit. So now we can ask, why'd that happen? Sales and marketing nearly doubled. R&D, huge jump up, right? So then we would look back at the conference calls. It'd be really interesting to read one of these conference calls. Maybe they have one. I thought they hadn't reported. What? Are they not even updated? Well, first let's finish this. 24.3. But did they not even just update? No, what? They haven't even updated this and it's been 3 months. Whoa. Yeah, so they've already reported Q3. I shouldn't realize that. They just put the call in there. That's pretty lame, honestly. I don't like that a lot because it shows they don't really care about investors. But we can see it on here. Yeah, I should have known that. It'll probably give us the press release here. Okay, we can find these numbers. So here we go. 38.9. Non-Gaap operating. Oh, here we go. So 1,824. Gross profit, customer count. So 4267. Let's see if we can find gross profit on here. 26.6. Okay. So now we can actually look at some of these numbers. Okay. One thing I would like to do is do a gross profit growth. I think I have that on some of these. I can just steal it real quick. Maybe it lasts. No. Visual. Why don't I have this? Okay. Probably. Sorry, there we go. So you just take that, come back to wherever this one's, Everbridge. Make sure that's lined up, yep. Okay, so now we see some gross profit growth versus just revenue growth. So I think that's always a good number to look at. And we can see the customer count as well. We can do how many additions, how many. Yeah, we could definitely do that. So what we could do is this for customers. Oh shoot, that makes sense. Well, let's just do this then for revenue growth. So customer year over year, and then customer sequential. You can see how many customer additions, see if it's slowing, see if it's okay. Interesting jump here, Q2. So a huge jump, 43%. So we're seeing some acceleration here because, I mean, you saw this huge spend, right? Especially here, this huge spend. Because look at this free cash flow, it's just decreasing. So there's a reason under this, we just have to figure it out. And we will. So if we read on this conference call, so Seeking Alpha is really good. It just has a lot of different conference calls and stuff like that. Okay, we'll just try to read through this. So continue to invest in our efforts to deliver 2 new major projects. Okay, so there you go. That's the spend. Now we just have to figure out new products, IT. So IT, safety connection are all kind of new. Huh. Visual command center. International revenue. So this is paying pretty consistent. Corporate, state. So they're talking about a big customer win. Whoa. 24 hours. Huh. To put it mildly, this is a big deal. One of the core CEM capabilities is our situational awareness solution. Oh, super interesting. Um, our third and most strategic growth driver. What were they talking about first and second? Did I miss that? Seems weird. I don't even know. Okay, here we go. Expanding the adoption of our core notification. Sustain strong. Okay. Anyway. Now we're going to toss it over to clear category leader as we look ahead. Huh. Okay, here we go. Primarily due to the purchase accounting impact on acquired deferred revenue from recent acquisitions. That's why gross margins went down. That's interesting. Okay, here we go. 103 million in cash. Remember that. Total deferred revenue 89. Huh. Whoa, here we go. Revenue of, it's a tight range. Say 41. Non-Gaap 3 million. So we'll go 41. I always bold it for guidance. And 3. So we can see that's a strong guidance number. That would be a little bit of deceleration sequentially, but a strong number nonetheless. And it's a tough comp, right? This is a huge number compared to that. So now I can see the trends. It's kind of like nearish break even. Wonder what the free cash flow situation is, because it's pretty interesting. $29 million. So stock-based compensation, it's pretty high. 25 million for 146. 17%. pretty high, actually. Okay, here we go. So this analyst is talking about the federal opportunity. This Jarvis. Raised a lot of eyebrows. Huh. He's saying basically they're dealing with big customers and so they have the leverage. Kind of a weird business to be in. It's like when a bad thing happens, your business accelerates. So you're not hoping for bad things to happen, but you're also helping people. So they're playing up on fear, which I think is interesting. So this acceleration is coming from this federal ramp, basically this big contract like Jarvis. Interesting. So we won't project results, but I would watch our next quarter in the federal market. So it could be a good next quarter for them. This guy loves the acronyms. That's just ridiculous. Visual Command Center, Critical Event Management, probably Unify. I can't remember that one. Okay. I think we got a reasonable idea on that. So now let's continue just going through the 10K. One thing I want to know is management, like what's the CEO up to? Let's check that out. I think another thing, well, I'll wait. CEO Everbridge. Jamie Ellerton. Serial technology entrepreneur. Why did they show a different picture of the guy? Did you see that? Why did they do that? Okay, back on Google, right? This guy? They said this guy is Ellerton. Remember his face, okay? And then we come down here. That is not the same homie. What's up with that? Why? Okay, so he got basically swallowed into the company. Oh, he's been around the block. He's been around the block. What? He started in 1980. This man, I like it. I like it. I still have no idea why they show a different guy. That is gold. I love that. This guy. They totally. That is so funny. I think they gotta figure out their tech solutions. Elliot versus Ellerton. Maybe that was the. Oh, Ellertson. Alertson. That's kind of funny. Alert. Gosh, this is gold. This is gold. Um. Whoa. Everbridge announces plan for CEO succession. What is this company? This is terrible. So is the guy leaving or what? Well, he'll transition from CEO. I mean, the dude's been at it for 40 years. He needs to spend some time with his family. Well, I don't love that because he seemed like a homie. But, it's interesting. Well, let's see if we can find Everbridge prospectus. Let's see some management numbers. So this is kind of the research process, right? You start with the annual report. You look at the numbers, see if anything's weird, check out that weird stuff, read the conference calls, read the prospectus, you know? Here we go, prospectus. What are we looking for? It's always, oh, it's beneficial ownership. That's what you want to look for. There we go. So ABS Ventures, probably their venture capital firm. Bruns Grayson. Okay. Is this Everbridge? Whoa. Why do they own Kent Maffey? Huh. Let's go back to that leadership. Huh. Okay, so if you this is 24%, 55. So insiders of the company only own like 3% of the company, which I don't love. If I'm honest, I do not love that. Okay, good to know. So now let's do a little evaluation. So one thing I've been doing is like looking at evaluation like this. So let's copy that. Go back over here. Okay, so then you just kind of put in the thing. This is current benchmark. What's the day's date? 2/4/19. Let's just take these out. Wait, what's the market cap? I don't think it's that high. Okay, like 2 billion. I think, oh, because I have shop's numbers in here. Let's see if we take that out. Cool. So you just do a Google Finance call to that market cap, and then we can do that to that. Sometimes I like just taking it down. It seems aggressive when the numbers are that big, you know? There we go. So when you benchmark it, yeah, they had 103. That times 103 million. Okay, like that. Perfect. So let's do the same thing here. Okay. And then now forward sales. This is what I do the last 4 quarters. And then apply a multiple onto that. So how fast do I think they can grow over the next year? Let's say 35%. So just remember that's G7. So this is the trickiness, equal G7. Perfect. We'll just do that again. So the reason I do the current and the benchmark, oh, this has to be G7. So the benchmark, I just copy it and then take the formulas out so that I can see the valuation over time. Is it getting more expensive, cheaper? Okay, so this is on a forward EV to sales basis. So around 11, it's not bad. Everything is getting expensive these days. Jeez. So for gross profit growth of 39%, we can kind of see how that fits in to the current data. So this is, you're getting a sneak peek. You're getting some valuable info right here. Take that down. So I said this is Everbridge. This is 35%. S29. 20. Perfect. Okay, that's good. So we've seen a huge jump. Anyway, okay. Line of best fit. Everbridge is on the high side. It's really similar to New Relic. Wow, it's crazy how efficient market is there. It's crazy. Okay, so it's not cheap. I'm gonna say that it's not cheap. I don't love the management switch, and I don't love that they don't own a lot of the company. I do like that strong revenue number. Free cash flow is wonky. Gross margins have been weird. But I think it's an all around solid company. We saw, so customer count is increasing. I like a lot of this. I like a lot of this. I think it is a solid company. Not sure if I'd buy it. I think it's really solid. Really solid. So that's kind of the synopsis. Another company down. Hope you guys liked it. Yeah, let me know how you think it went. And there's Everbridge for you. Peace.